Training camp continues, and we're starting to see positive improvement from some areas of concern. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and today we're going to be talking about day 9 of training camp. A lot of things coming out of training camp today. A lot of players playing different positions. A lot of just updates and informations from Coach Saleh and all of the sort. So let's hop right into it. Let's talk about the winners of the day, and I think the winners of the day are going to continue to be the defense for a while now. We know just how dominant this secondary is, just how good this defensive line is, and we're starting to see positive improvements and positive things coming out of some position groups that, as Jets fans, I know that a lot of us have been worried about. I think the biggest standout on the defensive side of the ball in terms of really quelling some of these fears that Jets fans have had in regards to the safety position is Tony Adams. It is very, very clear from practices, from the reports, from everything that we're seeing, Tony Adams is going to be the New York Jets starting free safety, and in the first unofficial depth chart, he's listed as the starting safety next to Jordan Whitehead, which makes a ton of sense. He's rangy, he's quick, he's athletic, he's fast, and he does all of the things that you want a free safety to do in this scheme, and it's really going to benefit the New York Jets. Again, Jamien Sherwood and Zaire Barnes continue to impress at camp, really showing that the New York Jets might not need to go out and get a linebacker or a safety in this free agency period, that they might have the players on the roster to really keep those position groups really solid. And another really good day for players like Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, and Will McDonald, all flashing with super success. And one of the things that we keep hearing from Will McDonald is that he might not be as dominant as his career trajectory is going to be in year 1, because right now he is winning almost all of his reps with speed and acceleration and not with strength. And that after a year of being in an NFL locker room and adding strength to his game and just being in a system like this, that he is going to absolutely dominate. And we saw that today at practice, getting around Mekhi Becton with the twos a couple of times in practice. But really good things that we're seeing from Will McDonald and all of that stuff. Something that I found interesting in the unofficial depth chart is that Michael Clemens is listed ahead of Will McDonald and Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff and Will McDonald listed as third team players right now. Again, I think this comes back to the mantra of making players earn it. Michael Clemens listed as an edge. It's just a, hey, nothing is going to be given to any player for free. You have to earn it. You have to be a guy who makes a move positively and moves up the depth chart organically. But lots of really good plays from our defense. The offense continued to struggle, and I truly believe that it is a big kind of deal that the offensive line still hasn't really gelled, that the offensive line still hasn't really figured it out. And it's really concerning that Billy Turner is listed as the starting left tackle for this football team. Obviously, we know that Dwayne Brown is hurt, and these unofficial depth charts don't mean anything. Sauce Gardner wasn't listed as a starting corner in the first official depth chart, and he ended up being the defensive rookie of the year. Garrett Wilson wasn't a starting wide receiver until the second half of the home opener. Not even the home opener, of the Browns game. Again, making these players earn it, I get it, but still a little bit concerning because Billy Turner is not the answer. He is not a good offensive tackle. You've seen this in practice, that whatever side Billy Turner is on is the side that the pressure is coming from. Period. You're not hearing that Max Mitchell is getting beat on every rep. You're not hearing about some of these other guys getting beat on every rep, but you do keep hearing that about Billy Turner. He is not an option to be a starting tackle for the New York Jets, but we did see some positive things from Mekhi Becton today. Really dominated at the beginning of practice, but once he had to face some of the speed rushers, your Will McDonald's, your Bryce Huffs, he had a hard time dealing with that level of speed. But to be fair, Every tackle in the NFL had a hard time dealing with Bryce Huff's speed last year, and Will McDonald being slated as a guy who's another speed rusher who has that absolutely insane, crazy burst and acceleration and speed off of the edge is going to give any left tackle concern. Robert Saleh made it clear that the whole point is strengthening Mekhi Becton's knee, which is a positive sign. Again, first really good day, back-to-back good days for Mekhi Becton at camp, ramping up his utilization, his usage. And again, it's way too early to have a definitive answer on whether Mekhi Becton is going to be a starter, whether he's going to be a backup. Who knows? But after not playing football for 2 years, this is a good move, and this is a good decision to keep him on a snap count and ramp him up slowly. Another player that really has stood out is Jeremy Ruckert, taking advantage of all of the opportunities that he has been given and really shined as a standout tight end for the New York Jets. And then we got to talk about the running backs, which it seems like Bam Knight and Israel Abanikanda are flashing moments of potential with the speed that they have, and it seems like Michael Carter continues to fall down the depth chart with this whole Dalvin Cook signing situation. It's fair to assume that Zonovan Knight, it's fair to assume Breece Hall and Israel Abanikanda are going to make the roster. Breece Hall is running back 1. Israel Abanikanda is a recent draft pick. And with Bam Knight, as of right now, apparently outshining Michael Carter, what does that mean for the New York Jets running back? What does that mean for his potential being on this team? Who knows? You might be able to cut a player like Bam Knight and stash him on the practice squad. My expectation is that's what the goal is for a guy like Travis Dye, the running back out of USC, because I think he's a great addition to this team. But who knows? And a lot of mental mistakes coming from wide receiver Allen Lazard and some of the other wide receivers with drops and things like that. But a connection to keep in mind that has really started to blossom and might turn into something incredible is the one between Aaron Rodgers and Mecole Hardman. We all know that Mecole Hardman brings an X factor with his speed, and he has been Aaron Rodgers' go-to when it's that, hey, the wide receiver is lined up on the line. The cornerback is 6 yards off of him. Quick in route. I'm going to get the ball out quick. You get it and you break it off. And we've seen that the last couple of practices. Very interested to see how that's going to go. As we go through this week and we start building up to that Thursday night Hall of Fame game, I'm really starting to get excited about seeing the guys on the bottom half of the roster. Your Kenny Yeboahs, your Jeremy Ruckerts, your offensive tackles, is Max Mitchell going to get any reps there? Probably not. What does Carter Warren look like in game reps? Because we haven't really heard anything from Carter Warren on that side. Joe Tippmann, who is seeming like he's not really going to be given an opportunity to compete for the starting center job unless something changes over the next couple of weeks. But with the decisions on who the starters are going to be made by the Carolina game, according to Coach Saleh, and he's still only taking third-team reps, the expectation is that Connor McGovern is going to be the starting center for the New York Jets, and that's fine. Have a guy who can back him up and really learn and be the future, but it does seem like when we look at asset utilization, a little bit of a waste of an asset, because I would prefer my first and second round pick to be immediate starters, especially with a team that does still have holes. But when I look at this past draft, there wasn't a wide receiver I felt comfortable with at 15. There wasn't a linebacker I felt comfortable at 15. But in the second round, there were linebackers that I felt comfortable with. There were safeties that maybe I felt comfortable with. Now, we'll see how this all plays out for the New York Jets as time goes on. There's still a lot of time between now and the Carolina game for Joe Tippmann to go out and win reps, and Mekhi Becton to go and win reps, and Dwayne Brown to get back healthy, and all of these stories to kind of pan out and become a little bit more, get the painted picture better. But until that happens, we have no idea what's going to happen. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all of these stories. Who are you excited to see Thursday night? Let me know in the comment section. And last but not least, go Jets.